Hi, fourth graders. Let's start with a hello. So let's start with about a minute of mindful breathing. You might think about your anchor spot. You might think some words, anchor words like breathing in, breathing out, or in and out. You decide what you want to do. All right, so let's get into our mindful bodies. Letting our bodies get really still. Closing our eyes if we want to. And mindful breathing. All right, just take a moment to notice how you feel. So if you stayed really focused on your breath, that's awesome. And if you didn't, bless me. If you didn't, that's okay too. Like for me, I was really distracted during that mindful breathing, and that's okay, right? Some days our brain can focus a little more, other days our mind just wants to wander, and whatever your experience is, it's okay, right? All right, so if you think about all the things that we've practiced being mindful of, we've practiced so many different things. And like last week, we practiced being grateful for Thanksgiving. And if you remember the week before that, we practiced being mindful of our emotions, noticing how our body feels when we feel different emotions. So this week we're going to practice being mindful of our body moving. So if you think about all the times that your body moves, like it moves all the time, and we don't always we're not always mindful of it. Like we don't even notice sometimes what our body is doing. So our goal for mindful movement is just noticing and paying attention to what it's like. And if you think about when you learned to walk, I know you don't remember it, but when babies learn to walk, do they walk fast? Do they run? No, right? They have to start slow. And so we're going to start slow too. So we're going to do some really slow movements so it's a little bit easier to pay attention to them. Okay? So we're going to think about something that we do every day, which is raising our hand, right? Think about how many times a day you might raise your hand at school. A lot of times. And you do it without even noticing, without even paying attention to it. So we're going to pay attention to it, okay? We're going to be mindful of it. So let's do it mindfully, okay? So let's get into our mindful body. And we're going to get really still. And this time let's keep our eyes open because we're going to maybe look at our arm too as we raise it. Okay. So start with both of our hands on our lap. And then really slowly, we're going to lift one arm. Okay, so as we slowly lift one arm, I'm going to remind you of some things to just notice. Okay, so really slow as you can, slow motion. So does your arm feel heavy or light? does that feeling change as you move it? Oh, I went too fast at the end. Okay, and then let's lower it. We'll just notice it on the way back down. Notice if it feels heavy or light, or if that changes as you move it really slowly. Ooh. Mine felt really heavy there for a second. That was kind of wild. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, so still stay in your mindful body. And then this time, as we move it up really slowly, we're going to pay attention to any temperatures. Is it warm, cool, medium? Same thing on the way back down. Think of this as slow as you can go, like slow motion. So do you notice any temperatures this time? Okay. All right, let's try it again. This time we're gonna think of our arm as our anchor. So like, during mindful listening, the sounds are kind of the anchor because that's what we pay attention to. Or during mindful breathing, our breath is our anchor, maybe like one of the spots. So this time our arm is going to be our anchor, which I know is kind of crazy. And you might think some words in your mind, like lifting, lowering, right? If you're going up, you could be like up, 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 lifting, lifting, lifting. If you're going down, you could be like lowering, lowering, or down, 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 down. So try that just inside your mind. Maybe pick some of those words and try them, and just focus on those words in your mind. Okay, so back in your mindful body. And again, we're going really slowly, thinking some of those words this time. Okay, so shake that arm out if you need to. If you're feeling like you're working out here, give it a little shake. All right, I think we'll try one more thing. This time we're gonna try standing up and sitting back down. So if you think about how slowly we moved our arm, we're gonna do that with our entire body, right? And we're gonna notice the same things, like how does our body feel? Does it feel heavy or light? Does it feel warm or cold? Do you have any like pains as you move? Anything that you notice, and your job is just to notice. So you don't have to try to figure it out or anything. Just notice it and let your body like show you what's going on with it. Okay, so we're gonna do it really slowly. Watch how slowly I do this. Ready? So when I start doing it, going like super granny slow motion. Slower than that though, okay? So let's do it together. All right, so in your mindful body, and real quick, if you need to scoot your chair back or to the side a little bit, scooch it so you have enough room to stand up this time. And we'll only have time to do it once, so really notice everything that you can. All right, let's go in your mindful body, and then we're slowly standing up quietly. And then we'll slowly sit back down, noticing everything that happens. All right, that was like a workout. Good job. Okay, so if you can, try to do some paying attention to movement this week. So you might think about like, if you're on the playground and you're about to do something, you might just kind of notice how your body feels before you do, or while you do it. In class, like if you're writing, you might notice how your hand feels when you're writing. If you're petting a pet, like maybe you're petting your dog or cat, you might notice how it feels when you pet your animal. When you go to bed, if you have on cozy jammies, you might like kind of as you get into bed and feel all cozy and cover up, you might notice how it feels. So just like any kind of movement that you're doing, if you can kind of pause and remind yourself to just pay attention to it, then that's mindful movement. All right, I am going to mindfully move my hand and ring the bell. So as you get back into your mindful body, one more time, will you notice how your body feels when you move and when you sit up straight and get really still, okay? So just noticing, back in our mindful body, how does it feel to move in that way? And we'll get really still. You can close your eyes if you want to.